I was really proud of our guys' response tonight. I thought we had, I gave on, after the loss at St. John's on Wednesday, gave our guys really a day off on Thursday to kind of find ourselves. We met as a team. We showed personnel at Georgetown. Obviously, this is the first time we played Georgetown this year, so our guys didn't have much familiarity with them. But we did basically a one-day prep on Friday to get ready for Georgetown. But we wanted to make it a heck of a lot more about us, making sure we had the right mindset and mentality heading into this game. I was really proud of our seniors. Listen, we, obviously it's senior night. Paul Scruggs has done a lot for this program, and he's poured his heart and soul into it. Every day at practice, he's been an absolute warrior, and I was glad that he was able to get the standing ovation that he got, obviously, at the very, very end of the game. For Nate Johnson, it's nice having Nate back out in uniform, obviously. He changes our team on both ends of the floor, has the ability to really, really allow us to go on big runs, just with his shooting and scoring. Nate's been tremendous. He's as good of a player as he is. He's a better person, though. A lot of people don't. For the people that don't get to know Nate Johnson as a person, man, he just makes you want to be a better person. That's who he is. So really proud of those guys. I was happy that we were able to get our walk-ons in as well. Zach Sweetie, Ramon Singh, and Spencer Cody, who have all given a lot to the program as well. A lot of times, again, a lot of their work goes unseen, a lot like our student managers, because they don't get into games, but they come to practice every day with a great attitude, with a ton of energy, and help us prepare for our opponents. I was glad Ramon and Zach were able to score there at the very end as well. I think it was their first points in a Xavier uniform. And then our student managers, I don't want to forget those guys. Jack Westendorf, Brendan Ross, Andrew Lieb, and Evan Beretta. Again, their work, a lot of goes unseen. But our program could not operate the way that it does without those guys. And just really thankful for all that they've done for our program. It's not like they're getting a lot of money or anything to do, put all the work that they've done. They're not on scholarship. They do it because they love basketball. They love Xavier, right? And again, just very appreciative of everything that they've been able to do. I thought our guys, like I said, had the right mindset, though, going into the game. I loved how we knew we needed this one. But at the same time, I didn't want our guys to play tight. And you got to find that fine line, right? Between having that sense of urgency, but also not being tight. And I thought our guys did a great job in practice yesterday and shoot around. We actually came back last night and walked through a couple things as well, just because it was a one-day turn for us, is what we made it. But I thought our ball moved on that offensive end, and the ball found the open guy. I thought our guys made the right plays. When you got two guys on you, somebody's open. Our spacing was much, much better tonight. And obviously, it looks a lot different when you make a few shots, right? Nate obviously shot it really well. AK shot it well. Jack shot it well. But our guys made the right plays on the offensive end, which was really, really good to see. Defensively, I thought we were really good in the first half. We had 6 kills, I believe, at half. I think we finished with 6 kills, which isn't good enough. That Georgetown went small. We knew they would at some point. I said this in the press conference before the game. It was a lineup that really kept me up at night. As you have Holloway at the 5, all of a sudden, really, he's a 4-3, and you put Aminu Muhammad at the 4, who's more of a 3-man. It causes a lot of matchup problems out there on the floor. But we got to be better defensively there in the second half. Give Georgetown credit; they executed their offense well, but we got to be able to put 40 minutes together on that defensive end. Our total focus here is going to move forward here. Obviously, we got the Big East tournament here in Madison Square Garden starting on Wednesday night. And I just found out, obviously, in the locker room, I had no idea who the heck we were playing. We got Butler, as fate would have it. I vividly remember last year being in MSG, that feeling that I had in my stomach after that game. I know our guys do as well. And I told our guys, listen, we're 2-0 against Butler this year. Those 80 minutes mean nothing. They don't mean anything, squat. Nothing. And I hate that people will say, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. That's a bunch of baloney as well. Listen, it's about those 40 minutes on the floor. Who's the tougher, who's the more together team for 40 minutes. And obviously, we got to prepare the right way here starting tonight. Just resting, hydrating, getting ourselves right. We got to take tomorrow off per NCAA rules, but we will practice hard on Monday and Tuesday before we travel to New York City.
Travis, how hard was it to make a decision to take a day off after a loss late in the season like this?
Yeah, Adam, I didn't want our guys to think like, my number one fear going into this game was that they were going to sleep on Georgetown. Georgetown's been playing well. They have. I mean, like they had Seton Hall on Wednesday night. And, so I was just afraid, like, hey, do we take this day off? Do our guys think we're preparing in a different way? I was worried about that. But I also knew at the same time, if we didn't have our locker room right and our mentality right, it doesn't matter who the heck we're playing. Georgetown, Villanova, Providence, DePaul, it doesn't really matter, right? And so we just met as a team. We had a short meeting. I thought we were in a good mental space. We watched personnel on Georgetown, but we kept it really tight because it's a long season. Listen, it's a marathon, and we want to make sure that our guys are mentally and physically fresh here. And sometimes you just got to break up the monotony. It's like the same game, next day, it's 2 days prepared. Hey, we go personnel, we're out on the floor. The day before, it's like bang, 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 bang. It's a marathon. So I thought it was good for our guys just to change it up a little bit.
Travis, you guys scored 54 points in the first half, but you've harped on it all season about being tough on defense, tough on the glass. You held them to 9 of 31 in the first half. Shooting, you out-rebounded them 24-12. How much did that make you happy to see?
Very. Been waiting on it. I thought we executed our defensive system very, 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 very well in the first half. Kept it tight. Our ball screen defense was good. For the most part, our transition defense was good. We had 4 early turnovers in the first half. We only had 5 the rest of the way, so it allowed us to get our defense set a heck of a lot more. We got to be able to do it for 40 minutes, right? And I'm disappointed we didn't get 7 kills because that's the goal. And we didn't reach that goal tonight, but happy for the first 20 minutes. Not as happy second 20 minutes.
And moreover, how do you think, as a coach of this team, this can carry over not only into the Big East, but maybe even beyond?
Yeah, I think sometimes just getting that one game to kind of go your way gives your guys a lot of confidence. The vibes are just different. Even though we say, hey, you got to be the same guy every day. Being the same guy every day is really, really hard. I don't care if you're a basketball player. I don't care if you're an accountant. I don't care if you're a banker. I don't care what business you're in. Being the same guy is really, really difficult, especially when things don't go your way, right? And everybody's letting you know about it too, right? So people pile on, and our guys stuck with it. Again, I told them that this is going to turn as long as we stick together. We believe in each other. We believe in what we're doing is right? All the rest of the stuff will take care of itself. So I think this is a huge turning point for us. I think this is going to springboard our season. There's no question. And again, there's a lot of season to be played, obviously starting with Butler on Wednesday night.
Travis, it seemed like you guys were more effective when you had the smaller lineup out there tonight. Was that just a result of the lineup they were playing, so you had to match them, or do you feel like that personnel is playing a little better right now?
I thought it played really well. I mean, you look at our numbers analytically when we were small. It was incredible. I thought our ball moved. Our spacing was so good out there, Rick. I thought, again, our guys did a good job just sharing it. But spacing is offense, right? And the more you can space out teams, the more threes you're going to get, the easier the decisions are. As the ball handler, I think those turnovers go down. Thought it was really good for us tonight. Obviously, Georgetown plays a lot at the 4 because we started trying to go under Dante Harris at the beginning, and for whatever reason they weren't calling the foul on the roll, and so we decided, hey, listen, especially with the 4-man, I didn't like that look as much. We wanted to switch it a little bit more and play a little bit small ball. And I thought, again, tonight it was a great look for us. And Colby did a great job battling in there. I think he was playing a lot of 4 tonight. Jerome played some 4 as well. Zach did as well. I thought everybody had an impact on the game.
You mentioned the ball movement and sharing the ball. Was that a result of your guys just getting the ball to both sides of the floor more often and executing better, or was it guys just knowing where to be on the floor better? What was the big difference that added to the spacing tonight?
Yeah, I think number one, our spacing was better, right? I think our guys held the corners a heck of a lot more. We've had a tendency, Rick, this year to cut way too much. Cutting's good at times, but we can't have 3 guys cutting and being in the paint all at the same time. When that happens, as a ball handler, your decisions are very, very murky. You may get a guy on you, but then who you hitting? Whereas if you hold the corners a little bit longer, right, you can really see it. It's easier to see, and I thought that happened for us tonight. But also I thought our ball moved. We didn't take many bad shots, many tough shots. I thought our ball really moved. AK had 8 assists, I believe, 1 turnover. Colby had 7 assists, no turns. thought just the ball was hot tonight. Thought our guys were making quick decisions. Even when Georgetown started switching 1 through 5 in the second half, sometimes that can like slow your offense down. I thought our ball was still moving pretty good.
You mentioned it a little bit a second ago, but Jerome Hunter only played 8 minutes tonight. 6 of those came in the second half. Was that just a matchup thing that you were seeing, or was it Jerome this week, or how did you see that?
Yeah, I thought Colby looked really good at the 4, and I thought AK was playing at a really, really, really high level. And having him and Nate on the floor at the same time, man, that's when we went on our huge run. So like nothing necessarily that Jerome did to earn less minutes or anything like that, just kind of the flow of the game. Thought AK had it rolling. I liked the lineup with DeJuan, AK, Nate, sometimes with Paul in there, Colby. I thought the 4-guard lineup was really good tonight.
You mentioned Adam having 8 assists tonight. How much does that help your guys' team when you have multiple guys like that? You talked about the 3-ball handle lineup you used quite a bit this year, but an additional guy you can throw in that circumstance, how big is that for you guys?
Huge. Again, I keep on telling AK, listen, he can score. I mean, he's got game. He's got a lot of game. But like, he's more than a scorer. He's a guy that can play make for others. He's got an IQ. He sees things. And again, when I want him to be more than just a scorer, right? Be more than a bucket getter. You got to be a connector as well. And I thought he was that tonight for us.
You guys got to the free throw line quite a bit in the first half. Obviously, kind of backed off a little bit in the second half. How big is that for you guys as far as obviously the give and go is big for you guys, but everything else just being more aggressive and attacking the rim for you?
Yeah, we didn't get to the line as much in the second half. I don't really know why. I got to figure that out because they got to it a lot. But we got to be better, not fouling, obviously. You know, like we can't foul as much. But we got to get to the line. The way you sometimes, even when you don't shoot well, if you can get to the line, that helps that confidence, right? When it's struggling to score, can you find ways to get to the free throw line?
Travis, a week ago we talked to you, and you said multiple times that shooting doesn't matter. And tonight it seemed like it mattered.
You're gonna hold me to that. Is that really what we're gonna do? Our defense was great in the second half, right? Or first half. Let's don't talk about second. First half, we had 6 kills. Again, I think a lot of those stops, so it leads to what? Transition, right? And listen, shooting does hide a multitude of sins. Always has, always will. It's like the Golden State Warriors when they lose Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. It's like, man, what happened to the Golden State Warriors that won the championships? It's like all of a sudden they can't shoot at all. They look like a way different team. Obviously, when you shoot the ball, it's great. But the thing that will win and consistently win out is the defensive end, right? And I think our guys understand that. They know that. That's all we've been talking about is defense, defense, defense. Share the ball and value the ball on the offensive spacing, right? That'll help clean up the decisions. But like it's all about our defensive system. If we execute that, I feel like we're going to go on a big run here.
Was that Mario's first technical tonight, or?
Man, you're asking the tough questions. It was, and I told Mario he probably would have been fired if we'd lost by 1. So yeah, I couldn't believe because I came out of the timeout and I had no idea. Mario hit the scores table, and that's one thing that the officials have been, they've been told to look for, right? Is when you hit the score table, it's loud, it's obnoxious. I used to do it a lot in the past. I've tried to stay away from hitting the score table this year, stay away from the technicals. But again, it's probably warranted, I guess. Haven't really helped talk to Mario yet. Mario will be owing us some sprint zone practice on Monday. He doesn't know that yet, but he will.
Time for one more. Travis, have you ever seen anything like 32 assists on 35 field goals?
Yeah, I'm just proud of the way our guys moved it. Like you said, Andy, it's a unique stat. For sure. I mean, we had 9 turnovers, 32 assists on 35 field goals made. The ball found the open guy. I mean, our ball was moving, humming. And again, we got to do that versus switches as well, against any coverage or whatever, however they're guarding us. If we do that, we make the right plays. Listen, I'll live with the shots that we get. There's going to be games, listen, where we don't shoot well. But as long as we get the right shot for Xavier, we'll live with the result.
It seems to.
That's what, Andy, you're good.
Okay, it seems to help a lot when you've got Kunkel on one way and Nate on the other. I mean, with both those guys operating.
Yes, the spacing on the floor is obviously incredible. For guys like Paul, DeJuan, Colby, Zach, Jack, guys that can really play in the paint. It makes the decision puts them in a bind, right? You have to make a decision. Once Paul drives it, you gonna help? If you help, then now we just find the guy that's wide open right there, and then maybe he makes the one more pass, then one more. I thought we passed up several good shots for great shots tonight for Xavier, but definitely having those two guys on the floor helps our space. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Bob, I'm gonna get you back on that.